Hey, I'm going to show you a better way to monetize web content. So today you're probably familiar with the big controversy around AI, and that is how are these AI companies, these models, these agents paying for the content that they're consuming? And it's got a lot of people riled up because there's a lot of businesses around creating content online and driving traffic to their websites. And AI kind of turns that on its head. It's not possible for these other companies to go out, pull that information, and deliver it in their services without necessarily driving any economic benefit to the actual creators of that content. And that's critical for AI because at the end of the day, somebody's got to create the content that powers the AI. So at Skyfire, we have built payment mechanisms that lend themselves perfectly to solving this problem. So first, I'm going to show you how does web scraping happen today. That is, how are these agents or companies going out and getting data off the sites today? And then second, I'm going to show a better way using Skyfire. So I'll start by going to this web scraping agent. So what this is a learner bot, and learner bot's job is to go out and find AI scrapers to then scrape sites and then deliver information to put it into its models. So I'm going to scrape nationalgeographic.com. Great site. Now what you see happening is LearnerBot has found a crawler agent that is going out to nationalgeographic.com, going through the website, taking all that information and delivering it back in a machine readable fashion to LearnerBot. So LearnerBot can take that information, put it into its models, or return it in its own search queries as if it's its own answers. And so you see what happened here. This is using Skyfire. LearnerBot just paid 2 cents to Crawler AI to go out and pull this information from National Geographic. Notice who's not getting paid. National Geographic gets nothing out of this. So you might ask yourself, does National Geographic allow this to happen? Well, it's happening today, and the way they have a say about it is using a robot.txt file. So when we look inside the robot.txt file, you can see this is where National Geographic kind of gives rules about what can crawl and who can crawl it and who can't. But there's a better way to do this. The better way is that the content creators get to set the prices for their content, and then the agents or the models get to decide on an on-demand basis whether or not they want to pay that to crawl the information. So I'll show you what we developed at Skyfire with our TXT file and our payment mechanism. So let's do this again, but this time, let's scrape Skyfire's website. So I'll kick off this process again. You're going to see something very different. Look at what's happening here in the payment protocol logs. The crawler agent is going out and it's paying Skyfire for each of the sites, for each of the pages that it's crawling. You can pay via directory or site. And then at the end, LearnerBot is still paying Crawler AI for that service. So in this case, everybody's getting paid in this mechanism to give the information back to LearnerBot. The way the crawler knows how to pay is through this robot.txt file on our site. There's a lot of ways to deliver this, but just using this as an example, you can see here in the directive for AI crawlers, we have set the prices that we want for a AI agent to go out and crawl this site, and it's tenths of a cent. And you can see that the agent makes the decisions of whether or not our site is worth that and then pays it. And so you can tell this is a much better way of web content creators getting paid for the new ideas and art that they're putting online. Now you might ask yourself, like, how does the payment actually happen? Because that seems like the difficult part, and you're right. So I'll go back to this. You can see there's a payment URL that's set using Skyfire. Now what's happening is the crawling bot, I'll show you what that looks like. The crawling bot is going through and it's receiving payments from the learner bot in exchange for doing the crawling. So learner bot pays crawler, and then crawler is going and paying the site. And so if we log into what the world looks like for the website, you can see here that the crawler is actually paying the website on an on-demand basis. And so here the site has made about 30 cents for its content as crawlers have gone through, digested the information, and paid for it. It's really difficult to do that because content is all around the entire world. And that's why we leverage digital dollars as a way of doing instantaneous microtransactions globally in exchange for access to content that can be then used for AI models or better experiences for end customers. So I hope you see how using Skyfire can power a much better wave of web monetization as we move into this AI future.